All right, buddy grab, your latamens a karim. Metche with extra. Full men, let's dive into this like we're huddled in the corner booth of our favorite geek of posters of Kate Terra staring down at us.
One Punch Man has always been that wild ride where boredom meets bone-crushing action, and with season kicking off, it's time to ruin the tape on season's boat, and before we slam into episode.
Picture this Saitama bald-headed tracksuit wearing Everman turned unstoppable force who's so overpowered. He defeats villains with well-one punch, but let's not skip the origin story. Vibes flash back to seasonal, where it all explodes onto the scene like a meteor crash. We meet Saitama in The Strongest Man, a guy who got so fed up with his mundane life that he trained himself into a hero hobbyist, push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and a pop and run every day for 3 years. Boom, hair gone, but power infinite. He saves a kid from a crab monster, and suddenly he's tangling with escalating threats. Enter Genos, the cyborg disciple, and the lone cyborg, who's all serious upgrades and tragic backstory, losing his family to a mad cyborg.
Saitama takes him under his wing, kind reluctantly, and they join the Hero Association. There's Beria Crag, leading ranking heroes from this class. The vibes, pure escalation. We get the obsessive Shintoist with Genos and his House of Evolution freaks, including Carnage, Apu, who Saitama one-shots after a hilarious discount day rant, then the modern ninja, Speedo Town Sonic, the arrogant assassin who becomes Saitama's excited rival.
The ultimate Master Bang, the silver-haired martial arts grandpa, pops in with his Do-Hill Wisdom. The city terror ramps up in the terrifying city with mysterious prophecies from Madame Chibaboa about Earth being doomed.
Saitama's disciple journey shines in the ultimate disciple, but the real meat is the deep sea. King Arc, the deep sea, king and unyielding justice, where this fishy overlord invades during a rainstorm, pummeling heroes like Pura, prisoner and Munin, rider the bike riding everyman hero who's all.
The heart, no power. Saitama shows up, ends it in one splashy punch, but gets mistaken for a fraud. Peak irony. The season peaks with the alien invasion in unparalleled Garou, the dominator of the universe, and the strongest hero, Lord Boros. This Cyclops space pirate arrives with his ship seeking a worthy opponent.
Saitama obliges, leading to the series' first real fight. Moon jumps planet-threatening beams and Saitama's serious punch that splits the clouds. But even Boros goes down easy, leaving Saitama yawning. Vibe hilarious subversion of shonen tropes, blending depth and humor with jaw-dropping fights. It's like if Superman was depressed about grocery prices. Fast forward to season, hitting the return of the hero energy with more monsters mutating from cells courtesy of the Monster Association. Saitama's still bored, chilling in his apartment while the world imps up. The human monster introduces Garou, the hero hunting anti-hero with a chip on his shoulder against the system trained by Bang, but gone wrong. He's got that wolfish grin, silver hair, and martial arts that evolved mid-fight. Total well-card. The hunt kicks off, and the hunt begins with Garou targeting heroes like Tank Top Master and his crew. Meanwhile, the Metal Bat gives us bad Metal Bat, the pump ad or punk with a baseball bat that hits harder the more damage he takes, protecting his little sis adds that heart. The Super Fight tournament in the martial arts tournament is a quest game. Saitama enters this guise as Bang's student, emanating with slaps, while Suri, the cocky champ, flashes fancy kicks.
But monsters crash the party in the Monster Uprising, led by figures like Orakai, the monstrous king who's all tentacles and regeneration.
Class heroes shine in the class heroes and the resistance of the strong like Tatsumekai, the Esper, Lolai with telekinetic tantrums, King the fake hero who secretly a gamer, but Saitama's accidental friend, and Fabikai, the class beauty with psychic powers and an inferiority complex to her. Sis Tatsumekai Garou clashes with Watch-Eyed Man and gets mentored by monsters. The troubles of the strongest dives into Saitama's Ennoi, while Justice Under Siege sees the Hero Association. Rated Varieties of Pride builds Garou's arch not evil, just tested hero hypocrisy.
It wraps in the whipping of the disciples, but yes, that's the tile poke. Jokes included with Garou defeated, but escaping the Monster Association, declaring war, and Saitama, one punching Elder Sentakbeat like it's nothing vibe.
Deeper world building, more ensemble chels. but with that signature mix of setups and counter-deflations Garou steals. The show as the conflicted villain, setting up the monster saga.
Now bam seasoned episode do strategy meeting premiering October 12th drops us right into the thick of it.
Right, we're back in our cozy café, the smell of fresh espresso in the air, and One Punch Man seasoned episode of strategy meeting is serving up a storm that's got us glued to the table. The episode picks up right where season left us hanging Garous on the run. The monster associations declared all-out war, and the Hero Association is scrambling like a bunch of salarymen late for a train of Vide. It's like the calm before a Kaiju-sized hurricane with tension, so thick you could cut it with Saitama's discount coupon. We open with the Hero Association's bedwigs in a Swante conference room, swinging bullets over the Monster Association's threat.
What I've regenerating tentacle-laden monstrosity is name-dropped as the big bad, and the heroes are strategizing their counterattacks. Class heavyweights like Tatsume Kaibane and Atomic Samuri are front and center, their egos clashing louder than their powers.
Tatsume is tossing snarky jabs floating above her chair like the pint-size Sekekdiva. She is wild veins, all stoic stroking his bird, probably thinking about Garou's betrayal. The stakes.
City. This underground is crawling with monsters, and they've kidnapped the Vip Kidwigema, the snotty son of a Hero Association. Seket's personal now cut to Saitama, chilling in his apartment sipping tea, like the world's not on fire.
Genos is there all serious cyborg intensity updating his mentor on the crisis, while Saitama's half listening, probably daydreaming about a Raymond's cell.
In swings by his heroic heartbeat-thumping spoiler, it's just anxiety and the chaos. Inamic is peak One Punch Man Saitama's hepathic Genos overzealous loyalty and King's accidental charisma.
Meanwhile, Garous lurking in the shadows, battered from his season of beatdowns, but still smirking like he's got an ace up his sleeve of flashback, teases his next move, teaming up with the monsters maybe, and his anti-hero energy is electric like a wolf, sizing up a pack of lions.
The episode's big moment hits when this class heroes mobilize for a raid on the Monster Association's hideout. We get glimpses of the Child, Emperor's gadgets, wearing Metal Knight's drones, buzzing, and Pure prisoner flexing his pecs for justice. But the real kicker, a new monster teases something massive, stirs underground, and the ground shakes like it's about to spit out Godzilla's cousin. Saitama, of course, is late to the party, stuck in a convenience store line, muttering about expired yogurt. The episode ends on a cliffhanger. The heroes descend into the dark. Garous, eyes glint with defiance, and Saitama still in line vibe, a pressure cooker of hep, humor, and impending carnage, setting the stage for an all-out war.
Let's talk visuals, because One Punch Man has always been a feast for the eyes, and season the episode is no slouch, even if it's got big shows to fill.
Seasoned and animated by Madhouse with a love letter to action fans, Crisp Lane's vibrant colors and fight scenes, so fluid. They felt like a shonen, fever, dream, Saitama's serious punch against Boros that was animation history, with glowing energy beams and cosmic destruction that made your jaw drop. Season, handled by staff, took some flake for a slight dip in polishless, dynamic camera work, some static shots, but still delivered. When it counted like Garous, feral martial arts, or elder centipedes grotesque kill season, the episode. But back with staff feels like a redemption art. The art still stays true to one's manga roots, gritty when it needs to be cartoony, when Saitama's being a goof. The Hero Associations is sleek with reflective floors and holographic screens that scream high-budget sci-fi.
Character designs. Pop Tatsumake's green curls float with a life of their own. Garous scars and wild hair scream trouble betas, and Saitama's bell dumb is so shiny you could use it as a disco ball. The color palette leans darker, this time shadowy tunnels, ominous red glows from Munster, layer sapping the tension. Animation-wise, this episode is more about sit-up than big fights, but the small moments shine. Garous slinking through ollies has this predatory grace, his movements sharp, yet fluid like a panda ready to pounce. This class, Hera's raid prep is kind to think child emperors, tech whizzing like Iron Man's Sut hor temic Samiri's blade glinting with Samiri movie flair. The monster tease at the end a shadowy silhouette and rumbling earth are rendered with enough menace to give you chills room for improvement. Some crowd shots of men or heroes feel a bit stiff like they are posing for a group, photo instead of charging into battle.
And while the pacing's tight, a few transitions like cutting from the straight meeting to Saitama's grocery run feel but still it's gorgeous enough to make you forgive the hiccups like when your barista forgets the extra foam. But the coffee is still damn good.
So here we are slurping the last of our latits, geeking out over One Punch Man like it's the only thing that matters. Season who gave us the ultimate underdub turned ga, a satire that punched up at Sean and clicks while delivering fights that rivaled Dragon Balls.
Season expanded the world, introduced Garous complex villainy, and kept the laws coming even if the animation took a slight hit. Season the episode. It's a promise that the series is back with a vengeance, blending that signature humor. Saitama's yogurt obsession has come to gold with a looming war that feels like the Avengers facing the Genos, but funnier.
Him obsessed with Garous arc, his defiance, his pain, his refusal to fit into hero or villain boxes. He's the kind of character you root for even when he's wrong, like a friend who makes bad choices, but has a heart of gold.
Saitama's still the soul of the show. His bore him a hilarious counterpoint to the chaos. But him crossing my fingers for him to face the real challenge this season made. Not a fist fight, but something that shakes his apathy.
The Monster Association's skill is thrilling Orakai, and whatever that underground beast is have me hipped for grotesque city-leveling battles. What do I want next? More of Tatsume Isses Genos. Growth give my boy a win, and Keen's accidental heroics imprange.
Saf keeps the animation tight for the big fights. Give us another Boros-level spectacle, and maybe, just maybe, I hint at Saitama's limits. If they exist, One Punch Man is still the king of balancing absurdity and epicness and episode. Has me buzzing like I just chugged a double espresso. Let's keep this train rolling. Next episode, bring the punches.